Hi everyone! Today's tip is about pantry staple herbs and spices. Because when you're cooking from scratch and you want recipes to be quick and easy, you really need a couple of key spices in the pantry to really up the flavor of your dishes without any extra effort. So these are the 5 that I recommend having on hand at all times. Number 1 is curry powder. Curry powder isn't actually a spice in its own right. It's a combination of other spices, which is very convenient for us at home because you can simply add a tablespoon of the curry powder and you've got a whole assortment of beautiful flavors that are going to really satisfy, but you only need 1 ingredient in the pantry. It's very, very easy. If you've got a good quality curry powder, you've got some coconut milk, possibly some tomatoes, maybe beans, maybe veggies, who knows. With all those ingredients in the pantry, you've got a really easy and delicious quick dinner. So keep the curry powder on hand. Another thing I really love doing is when I'm cooking rice in the Thermomix, I might add a teaspoon of curry powder in with the water when I'm cooking absorption method. And that way the curry powder will nicely coat all the grains of rice. It'll look a bit saffron ricey, have a bit of extra flavor. And it really takes the rice from 0 to hero without any extra effort or expense on your part. Curry powder. Secondly, we've got smoked sweet paprika, which is actually my favorite spice in the world, hence why my jar is pretty much empty. This has got all the beautiful qualities of paprika, but because it's been smoked, it just adds so much more flavor, so much more depth. It's like a smoky meatiness, which is brilliant when you're not cooking with me because it really makes it seem like you are. So again, 1 ingredient, all the benefits of paprika, plus the extras. So, you know, Mexican cooking, this is a really popular ingredient in that, but pretty much anything tomato based, like ragouts, pasta sauces, pizzas, the like, anything that's based with tomato, I'll add some of this to it. And just a little bit goes a long way. Another thing I really love doing with smoked paprika is if I've got nothing in the fridge, nothing in the pantry, can't be bothered cooking, I will get sweet paprika, smoked sweet paprika, tomato paste and kidney beans. I'll fry these up in a fry pan, so I'm really just reheating the beans, and then I'll put that on toast, and it's like baked beans on toast with 3 ingredients and 5 minutes. If I'm lucky, I might crack an egg on top, with fried egg on top. So sweet smoked paprika is a really, really good pantry staple. Thirdly, cumin seeds ground. This is used in so many different cuisines, so many different recipes, Middle Eastern, African, Asian, Indian. It's a very, very versatile spice. Now, we often have the ground seeds in the pantry, but the thing is, as soon as you mill a spice, it actually starts to degrade and lose its potency and its flavor. So what you can also do is have cumin seeds, which are these little things, on hand in the pantry and actually mill them when you need them. This will not only be much more delicious and much fresher, but it's actually a whole host cheaper buying the whole seeds rather than buying the milled variety. And because you've got a Thermomix, well, I assume you do, you probably wouldn't be watching my videos, you can do it so easily and you can get it down to that really fine powder. So you're going to be milling it for about a minute on speed 10. 4th spice, cinnamon. Again, this is the ground version, but you can buy the cinnamon sticks and mill them in your Thermomix as well. You can also add a bit of sugar to it and mill down a cinnamon sugar, which is also really delicious. Very, very versatile spice and can be used in both sweet and savory, which makes this one definitely a winner. If you've got some rice left over from last night's dinner, cook it up on the stove with a bit of milk or coconut milk, a bit of sugar and a bit of cinnamon, and you have a delicious rice pudding for dessert or breakfast, with very little effort and using you know, the rice, which may otherwise end up in the bin. So definitely a waste not option there. And the cinnamon really adds the flavor in that recipe. Lastly, chili flakes. I know not everyone will be a fan of the chili flakes, but the reason I really like them is because say you cook a dish and you've got different people eating it, you've got kids who don't want the spice, you might have some adults that want a little bit, some adults that want a lot. When you're adding whole chilies in the actual cooking part, you have to have the same amount of spice and the same amount of chili for all serves and all, you know, the entire recipe. But with the chili flakes, at the end of the recipe, you can add as little or as much as you want for each person's taste. So it's a good way to make one dish that will actually suit a lot of eating preferences. So chili flakes is my last pantry essential. So that's my 5. There are definitely more that I have in my pantry and definitely more that I love, but if there was only 5, it would be those. Do you agree with me? What are your 5 pantry staple spices? Have I got this list wrong? I would love to know your thoughts. Have a great day.